Just remember, we can't cuss in the first minute.
And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the NFL Tribune podcast for week 4 of the NFL season. I'm joined by Ty and Nick. Say hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So, Dustin is not able to join because he is currently in another state, and Joe's being a fuckhead. So we have Nick here.
Wait, I just said don't cuss in the first minute. He cusses in the first minute.
It doesn't matter. Like this isn't
Demonetized.
This isn't even monetized to begin with.
Demonetized.
Yes, we're going to take away that money that we don't give you.
That sounds like a spell chant you use in D&D. Demonetized.
And your gold is gone.
But also, isn't this this is the first time Nick's joined us?
This is the first time that Nick has joined us. It's good to have you here. From Nick, he said he is quote unquote football illiterate, which is always great to hear.
Woo! Pretty much. Watched it for a while. Have never been able to keep up with it because I was in a marching band. So I just, cheered for whichever team I was marching for.
That is perfectly understandable. Before we get started, I just want to say I hope that Nick Chubb makes a full recovery.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that on the last one, but
we did. But I think the new information says they think that he can actually come back from this.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The Thursday night game that just happened. Wait, we addressed the one for last week, right?
I believe so.
We did. All right, so the Thursday night game that just happened for week 4 was the Detroit Lions headed to Green Bay to take on their hated rival in the Packers. And the Lions dominated for most of the game. They ended up with a final score of 34-20. Granted, most of the points the Packers scored came in later in the game. So it really wasn't even close. The Lions had this game in hand from start to finish. Jared Goff, I think, threw one pick at the beginning of the game, but that was the only mistake they made. They made Green Bay's life hell for the rest of the game. And we could be seeing a turning of the tide in the NFC North.
Lions over here giving the Packers an ass whipping with back pay.
Yep. And it was at Lambeau Field, too.
Yeah.
This wasn't like it was in Detroit. No, this was in Lambeau.
Amon-Ra St. Brown doing the Lambeau leap after scoring the first touchdown.
And he gets beer poured on him.
Yeah.
And he went back to that same fan after the game was over. And he was like high-fiving the Lions fans. The dude was flipping him off, and he just stuck his tongue out at him and kept going. I love it. Jared Goff finished. He only had 9 incomplete passes for 210, passing touchdown, a pick at the beginning of the game, was only sacked 2 times. Jordan Love was 23 for 36, 246 yards, a passing touchdown, 2 picks, and was sacked 5 times. That Lions defensive line is going to give people issues. Because Aiden Hutchinson...
It ain't no fucking joke.
I saw one highlight where Aiden Hutchinson was pushing the guard back into Jordan Love. He reached out his left arm and slung Jordan Love to the ground.
Damn.
The dude's a monster. Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson, even though this is only his second year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dude's already one of the best edge rushers in the league.
He's a beast. And it's going to be fun watching him in the future.
It is. To think Jacksonville took Trayvon Walker over Aiden Hutchinson.
Nicky, if you're thinking who, so are we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a very good Thursday night game. This tells me a lot, not really a lot about the Packers, but about Detroit and how good they can be. Because, I mean, divisional games, you can never really predict those, but the Lions had this one in hand, like, throughout the game.
Yeah, it was never Green Bay's. They were never in that game.
And I think Detroit could easily handle the other 2 NFC North teams as well. Granted, I do think Minnesota's a lot more talented than Chicago, but the fact is they're still winless.
I mean, I think Minnesota's a lot more talented than Green Bay, but they don't know how to fucking finish a game and stop turning the ball over.
Yeah, that's unfortunately true. Let's see. So going over the games from last week, the Chargers traveled to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, and the way I summed this game up is that both teams wanted to give this game away. with the way they were playing. Vikings kept fumbling. The Chargers did Charger things, but the Chargers still won.
Because the Vikings got all the way down, went for a touchdown pass, and it bounced off 3 people and got intercepted.
Yeah, but I think before that happened, the Chargers went for it on 4th down from their own 20-yard line and didn't get it. And so the Vikings were in the red zone immediately, and they couldn't score. I must say this: Brandon Staley deserves to be fired. He makes stupid decision after stupid decision, and he's the one holding this team back.
What kind of stupid decisions has he made? Here the past little bit.
You're not supposed to go for it on 4th down in your own territory, is one. Because if you don't get it, the other team gets the ball back at that spot.
Okay, to be fair, though, the Lions did fake a punt in their own territory in the very first game, the first drive.
But they got it.
Yes, but we would be saying the same shit if they didn't.
Yeah. But, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but the results are what they are. The Lions still won that game.
Don't you have
It's one of those, you look like a genius if it works. It can get you fired if it doesn't.
Yeah,
that's true. But I mean, it's only one of the things that has gone wrong for the Chargers in terms of dumb decisions. Like, it's happened ever since he's been the coach there.
Yeah.
So it's just been a consistent issue that we've been dealing with it.
Yeah, I mean, last year in the playoffs, the Chargers led the Jaguars by 27 points and still lost the game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shucks. That's rough, buddy.
We literally, every time we talk about them, it's, did the Chargers charger it up again?
Yeah. They're what we call the Falcons of the AFC. Because of their consistent ability to blow games. Which is kind of a shame because Justin Herbert's playing really well this year. But they're just not winning. So, I mean, it's not his fault. Anyway, I rambled on too much about that. The Bills laid the smackdown on the Commanders 37-3.
Yeah, we all saw that coming.
The Bills picked off Sam Howell 4 times and sacked him 9 times.
Yeah, it was not fun to be Sam Howell.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Their leading receiver only had 54 yards. And it wasn't Scary Terry. It was a miserable game. But that also tells me that the Bills are back in form. They had a slip up in week 1, but they've dominated their opponents ever since then. Granted, they've only played the Raiders and Commanders, but, you know, they still won by a large margin in both games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. The Saints traveled to Green Bay, and they led the Packers 17-0 going into the 4th quarter, and then proceeded to score no more points, and then lose the game 17-18.
Yep.
Derek Carr did go out with an injury, but it doesn't look like it's anything serious. I think it's an AC joint sprain in his shoulder. So
I didn't look. I just know he was out.
There's no telling when he's going to be back, but the Saints really just did that. I don't trust them. With as good as
the Jameis Winston we remember.
With as good as the Falcons have been playing, they finally suffered their first loss in Detroit, 6-20. The Falcons' offense could not do anything. Desmond Ridder was sacked 7 times in this game.
Damn.
Just like we were saying, the Lions' defense is fucking dominating.
Yeah, Jared Goff didn't get sacked once. So, I'd say the Lions are pretty good. I already knew they had a very good offensive line, but they're able to hold like really good defenses back from touching him, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be doing some trash talking, but I don't get to trash talk. I'm a Titans fan.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, Ty, why don't you have the Lions offensive line?
Huh?
If you had the Lions offensive line, you'd be winning a whole lot.
Actually, yeah. I mean, we just need our O-line to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of O-lines not doing anything, Ty, what happened against Cleveland?
In pretty much the same message that I sent to one of our chats yesterday. Incompetence everywhere.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill was sacked 5 times, and it seemed like it
Bro,
was
like the entire game, they they couldn't get anything going. Like every time you saw the ball getting handed off to Henry, he was getting hit as he was getting the ball.
Okay, so as far as like stats go, Tannehill only passed for 104 yards, was sacked 5 times. The Titans only rushed for 26 yards.
Well, let's go one better. At halftime, we had -2 rushing yards.
Yeah. Cleveland's defense is really, really good. I'd say probably the best in the NFL. Unfortunately, I know that since we lost them week 1 in the same fashion.
Combination of that and our offensive line just being absolute dog shit.
Yeah, Tennessee's O-line has not played well at this point of this point in the season.
Got to see some better play if we want to compete.
Amari Cooper went for 116 yards and a touchdown. The Browns didn't really have to do that much on offense, to be honest. Their defense like shut Tennessee down.
Just how it was. We couldn't get anything going.
Also, I hate that Dustin was right when he said he was predicting an upset week for this week because that's exactly what happened. The Texans went into Jacksonville and beat them 37-17.
Yeah, that was a fucking surprise.
The Jags offense could not get anything going. Trevor Lawrence threw a touchdown and a pick, only threw for 279. They only rushed for barely over 100 yards. But CJ Stroud looked really good in this game.
CJ Stroud looked good in every game so far, to be fair.
Yeah, it's like their rookie wide receiver Tank Dell, who I think it was a second or third round pick, but he had 5 catches for 145 yards and a touchdown.
Jeez.
Yeah. Jacksonville, I thought your defense was supposed to be good. What happened?
So hold up. Jacksonville, I thought you were supposed to be good. What happened?
Well, hey, it's like I always say, divisional games, you can never predict them. And apparently, Jacksonville's only beaten Houston once in the past, like, 15 or so times. Something like that?
Actually, yeah, they have not done a lot against the Texans.
Speaking of divisional games, the Patriots beat the Jets 15-10. Zach Wilson is just not the guy. He cannot get the offense going. And when Aaron Rodgers went down, I was like, that's their season. Like, it's gone. There's nothing they can do. With as good as their team is, like, you need a quarterback.
They're looking for quarterbacks, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, their head coach is saying, we're sticking with Zach Wilson, but I'm like, you're going to keep losing.
Yeah.
Ever since Aaron Rodgers has been out, they've only scored 10 points a game. And this is going into week 4. So after that first game where they miraculously won against the Bills, they scored 10 against Dallas in a loss and 10 against New England in a loss. I think New England has beaten the Jets like 15 straight times now. So, yeah.
Jets, cry.
What else happened? The Colts upset the Ravens 22-19 in overtime.
Hell yeah. Fuck the Colts, but that's so cool.
Their kicker, Matt Gay, kicked 4 field goals that were all over 50 yards, including the overtime winner. That's impressive.
That is. That's
Justin
a leg right
Tucker
there.
had some misses in this game. The one that
Mr. Automatic, no longer automatic.
The one that was supposed to win the Ravens the game was just short. It was like a 61-yarder. But yeah, Gardner Minshew was in for Anthony Richardson, which Richardson should be back this week against the Rams. But Gardner Minshew played, and he wasn't, all that impressive. He was sacked 5 times. He threw 44 times, completed 27 of them. But he did enough to win.
That's what he's always done. And even when he was in Jacksonville, he did enough to win. It didn't always look pretty, but they won.
But he did the job.
Yeah, and since Jonathan Taylor's not playing, Zach Moss is in, and he ran for 122 yards on the Ravens defense. Which, I need to mention this now, the injuries for the Ravens are piling up again.
Ravens gonna Raven.
I think I saw something where the Ravens were down like 4 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a bunch of linebackers, some defensive line guys, some corners. Like, their depth and their starters are just decimated. Why does this happen year after year with them? It's kind of like you guys have been in the past few years, Sai, where the Titans are just consistently injured everywhere.
Well, so far we're not as injured this year,
But you're definitely better off than the Ravens.
Not getting enough calcium and breaking all the stuff.
So I hear you're wanting to sign up for the ICU. No, I want to sign on the Ravens. Exactly.
Have fun. Oh, make sure you get Blue Cross Blue Shield, by the way.
Why would I need my leg?
My leg. Anyway, but all jokes aside, that was the Ravens' first loss of the season, which I didn't expect it to be against the Colts of all teams, but here we are. Let's take a moment to laugh at the Dallas Cowboys.
But
Hold on.
That wasn't the Colts' first win. They beat the Texans, I'm pretty sure.
The Ravens' first loss.
Oh, the Ravens' first loss.
Anyway, we're gonna pay homage to laughing at the Cowboys now because they lost to the Cardinals.
I don't fucking understand what happened.
They lost is what happened. The Cowboys convincingly beat the Giants 40-0 in primetime, and then beat the Jets 30-10, but lose to the Cardinals, who are supposed to be tanking this year. Who just blew a 21-point lead to the Giants the year previous.
I mean,
week.
Like, yeah, the Cowboys beat two bad teams, but they looked fucking amazing. They looked like a top 5 team in both games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then just, what the fuck?
Then they lost to a team that's worse than both of those teams. A what? Huh?
It's overconfidence, probably. There ain't no telling. Let it get to their head.
I don't know, but congrats to the Cardinals for their first, probably only win of the season.
Congratulations.
Probably
Could you imagine if this is the only game the Cardinals win all year? We beat the Cowboys. Look at us.
They'll hold that all year.
I will not let Charles live it down.
Charles?
My friend from the Nashville office.
Oh no, is he a Cowboys fan?
Yeah.
You lost to the Cardinals, that's right.
All I'm hearing right now is that I've got some mad shit to talk to a couple of my fellow technicians.
Goddamn right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Of course, the Chiefs beat the Bears. The Steelers beat the Raiders in primetime, 23-18.
Mm-hmm.
Josh McDaniels is a fucking idiot. You're down by 8 with 2 minutes left to go?
Something like that.
Why do you pick a field goal instead of going for the touchdown? You need 8 points. You can score 8 points in a drive. I promise you.
Yeah.
You just have to do it right. But no, that's too complicated for him.
2-point conversion is a thing.
Yes, it exists.
I had some questions for that when I saw that, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But
now, we're going to talk about how Miami just bent Denver over and had their way.
That was the last game I was going to get to. Why'd you have to ruin that?
Because I wanted to say that.
All right, let's talk about it then. The Dolphins scored 70 points on the Broncos, the third most in NFL history ever by a team. Denver, from the get-go, just could not stop Miami. They couldn't score on Miami. Miami did whatever they wanted to do. I believe I also saw that Mike McDaniels went up into the stands and let fans call plays when they were up by that much. Is that right?
I mean,
I think that's what people are saying.
I think I saw a picture of that.
I mean, there's a picture of him up in the stands with the fans. I don't know if he was actually letting them call plays, but...
So, Nick, I want to let you in on something.
Yeah.
The Broncos surrendered over 700 yards of offense to the Dolphins in that game. They scored 10 touchdowns.
I'm pretty sure the Dolphins got more yards in that game than the Titans have gotten all year so far.
Titans and several other teams.
Yeah.
I want to say this. I think Tua should definitely be considered in the MVP voting. If this
definitely right now, if he keeps playing the way he is, definitely.
Which I don't know why. I guess I can kind of understand why people were mocking Tua, but on the other hand, dude looks really good when he plays.
Yeah.
You could say it's the team around him that's really good, but ultimately, who's getting them the ball? It's Tua. And he's doing a very good job at it. Man threw for 4 touchdown passes.
That fucking no-look shovel pass was
Twice.
that was
He
disgusting.
did that twice,
Mhm.
and it
Yeah.
worked both times for a score. Mike White even came into the game, and his first pass that he threw was a touchdown.
Hey, man.
No. You're skipping over some details. Mike White, the backup quarterback, threw a touchdown pass to a wide receiver that was promoted up off the practice squad on Denver's #1 cornerback that they took last year.
Yeah, Robbie
Oh.
Cheapison Anderson.
Yeah, there's some details being skipped over there a little bit.
So Tyreek Hill just by himself had 9 catches for 157 yards and a touchdown. Yeah.
That's that happened. So we affectionately call a 50 burger getting slapped by the poop sock.
What do we call
Yeah.
this? I think Brandon Perna called a 70
what-
with a 70 steamer.
What I said, because I had a comment on somebody talking about the game. I said, we call a 50 burger getting slapped by the poop sock. The Dolphins just absolutely pounded Denver with that poop sock. Knocked it to the ground, stood on top of them, and just fucking slammed it down in their face over and over.
They made themselves a second poop sock, is what happened.
Dude, poop saw nunchucks.
Dual wielding the poop socks.
I'm pretty sure this is something we'll never see again. But,
Maximum over poop sock.
But yeah, their backup quarterback came in and threw 2 passes. One of those was for a 68-yard touchdown.
That game is what happens when the Super Saiyan's poop sock goes Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to necessarily pin this all on Russell Wilson because he did play decent, but there were a lot of fumbles, mainly by Courtland Sutton, who fumbled the ball twice and lost both of those fumbles, which me and you were watching that game. We saw what was going on.
Yeah.
It was just anything the Dolphins did worked.
We were we were watching it just sitting there going, is this real life?
That's what I was wondering. Tua only had 3 incomplete passes the entire game. He threw more touchdown passes than incompletions.
Alrighty then.
Also, the Dolphins' 3rd-round rookie running back, what's his name? Devon Achane?
Yeah.
He rushed for over 200 yards. And 2 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert, who's their backup running back, rushed for 3 touchdowns.
I think Raheem Mostert's their main, and Achane is the backup.
Oh yeah, that's right. But man's a really good rookie.
Yeah. The backup running back ran for over 200 yards.
Yeah, so Denver, I don't think anybody's ever going to let you live this down. Sorry. So last game I want to talk about is our game. We finally got our first win of the season against the Rams, 19-60.
Congratulations.
That game was ugly from start to finish. It was like 6-6 for most of the game.
All the Bengals games have been ugly so far.
Which this is the first one that we've won. Hopefully we can keep this up. Our defense played really well. I think we sacked Matt Stafford like 6 times.
Sorry to say, you're not winning tomorrow. You're just not.
That's what you think.
That's what I know.
Oh, do you now?
Yes, I do.
I'll let the coin decide.
All hail the coin.
Wait, didn't Joe made a prediction last week? He said the Cardinals were going to win. He was the only one that picked them, and he got it right. Bruh, why?
Oh, speaking of, what's the new totals? How far behind am I?
Oh Lord.
Well, let's see. As far as totals for the year, let me go ahead and remove this. Ty, you are 2 games behind second. Well, Ty, you're last right now. You have wait. I need to remove this. You have 26 wins. Dustin has 28, and me and Joe both have 30.
So I'm not too far behind.
No, you can easily make that up win like a week.
Yeah.
Because, you got to get past all of our football prowess. We know our stuff. I mean, we still get games wrong, but we don't get them as wrong as you have. It's totally skill. Predicting
just-
on games is totally just a skill.
I just want to remind you that I know where you live.
You know, you say that every time.
Yes,
I know
it's
you
a
do.
threat every time.
I know you do, but not right now. Right now, we're gonna be doing something a little different. What Nick has yet to do so far this season.
Oh
Look like
god.
an idiot.
We're gonna be doing some NFL trivia. That's right.
Yay!
Now-
I'm going to look like an idiot.
Now, Nick, I know that you don't know a whole lot of football. You can give funny answers if you want. That's perfectly fine. The turn order for this is I'm gonna let Ty go first, and then Nick, I'll let you go. Let me just get everything set up real quick.
All right.
I actually need to open. Here we go. This one. Let me move this stuff over. I have to edit the Excel sheet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess I'll move this over a little bit.
Totally
Alright.
professional, folks.
Yeah, I just have to make a few little changes. It's fine. All right, we're good. So Nick, I'm gonna ask you to deafen.
Okay.
All right, Ty, you know how this goes. You ready?
No, let's go.
All right, I got my timer. Got the timer's gonna start after I read the first question, and here we go. What number did DeAndre Swift wear in the pros before he changed it to 0?
10.
And which NFL team has had the most Hall of Fame quarterbacks play for them?
Broncos.
All right. In what round of the NFL draft was Gardner Minshew drafted?
6.
Which NFL quarterback is infamous for stepping out of the back of the end zone for a safety in 2008?
I can't remember his name. Fuck. Babe Ruth.
All right. Well, which two NFL teams have drafted with the #1 overall pick the most times? You can pick either or.
Either or. Well, let's go with the Bears.
All right, that is time. We can go ahead and tell Nick to undeafen. Undeafen, little one. Oh no. Nick, where are you? Oh, there you
There
are.
we are.
I was about to type in chat. He's too short to hear us.
Your words are going right over me. Right over my head.
All right. Well, good luck.
All right, Nick.
Oh, that was ominous.
I'm gonna explain the rules since you never played before. So
right.
basically, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. You'll just do your best to get in your answers. You are on a timer, and if you happen to tie with the person you're competing against, the lowest time will win. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
If you don't know the answer to the question, you can say pass, and I'll come back to it.
All right.
The timer's gonna start after I read the first question. So,
All right.
You ready?
Yes, I am ready.
All right. First question: what number did DeAndre Swift wear in the pros before he changed it to 0?
7.
All right. Which NFL team has had the most Hall of Fame quarterbacks play for them?
Oh, Packers.
All right. In what round of the NFL draft was Gardner Minshew drafted? He's the quarterback for the Colts.
The Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Pass.
All right. Which NFL quarterback is infamous for stepping out of the back of the end zone for a safety in 2008?
I'm gonna go with John Doe.
All right. Which 2 NFL teams have drafted with the #1 overall pick the most times? It's 2 teams. You just have to give me one of them.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. So Denver.
All right, that is time. You can
Well,
tell
I
Ty-
passed one of them. Oh wait, no, we don't go back to them, do we?
Oh, we were supposed to. Do you want to answer the other one?
Nah. Let's just bring him back in here.
All right.
How'd it go?
Um. Went fine, I guess.
That sounds awful. I'm probably dead. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to go over these. The first question was, what number did DeAndre Swift wear in the pros before he changed it to 0? Nick said 7. Ty said 10. The correct answer is 32. He played for the Lions before he was traded to the Eagles this offseason. All right. Which NFL team has had the most Hall of Fame quarterbacks play for them? Ty said Denver. Nick said Green Bay. The correct answer is the Giants.
Oh, really?
The Giants have had
Interesting.
5 Hall of Fame quarterbacks play for them.
How many has Denver had?
They're up there as well.
That's it. 'Cause I can name like at least 3 right off the bat.
But the ones that have played for the Giants include Kurt Warner, Benny Friedman, Fran Tarkenton, Y.A. Tittle, and Arnie Herber.
I know one of those names.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck.
When I say play for them, I mean they were on the roster at some point in time.
I gotcha.
That's stretching it a little bit, but okay.
All right. In what round of the NFL draft was Gardner Minshew drafted? Nick didn't give an answer. Ty said 6. It is the 6th round.
Yeah.
So Ty gets a point there.
All right, this next one. If I'm correct, it was the Lions quarterback at the time.
It was.
I think. I just can't remember his name.
All right. So the question was, which NFL quarterback is infamous for stepping out of the back of the end zone for a safety in 2008? Nick said John Doe, which that's a very good guess. Ty said Babe Ruth, which I don't think he was playing I don't even think he was alive in 2008. But the correct answer is Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
He is currently a host, a commentator on ESPN. All right, number 5. Which 2 NFL teams have drafted with the number 1 overall pick the most times? Nick said Denver. Ty said Chicago. So before I give the teams, the number of times each of these teams have picked is 7.
Jeez.
Damn.
Now, when I say they've had the number 1 pick, I mean they actually made a selection at number 1. I had to specify that. So
you didn't specify it at the time.
I read it word for word. It says which 2 NFL teams have drafted with the number 1 overall pick. Anyway, it's the Colts and the Rams.
Fuck the Colts.
Just a reminder that one of the Colts draft picks during that span was John Elway. But yeah, Ty wins with a score of 1-0.
Hey, that's usually how I win.
Now, if it came down to time, Ty, you would have lost. You had 50.7 and Nick had 50.1.
Oh wow.
That's how close it was. That's why I say to answer quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but yeah, Ty gets
Was
a point.
a needed skill issue.
Skill issue. So, Ty, you currently lead the way with 3 wins so far this year.
I don't know how I'm doing it, but okay.
Yeah, Joe's only won once. Dustin hasn't won at all. And yeah, Ty has won 3 straight times. So we'll go ahead and close that. That was fun. I like doing those.
Mm-hmm.
I won NFL trivia against somebody who doesn't know NFL trivia at all.
Oh my god.
I got 1 out of 5 questions right. He got 0.
Wait, shit. Okay.
Hey man, that's a new record for me.
I'm gonna give myself a half point because I knew which quarterback it was. I just couldn't remember his fucking name.
You didn't give me the name though.
That's why I'm saying I'm getting half a point because I knew the team. I couldn't remember the dude's fucking name.
Anyway, so let's move on and let's dive into some of this week 4 stuff. So matchups we have to look forward to. Cincinnati travels down to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The Bengals
No.
are currently 2.5-point favorites.
It's okay. I mean, this is an easy pick. It's Titans all day.
I guess we can go ahead and get our picks done, Ty, and Nick can give us his for the lulls.
We gotta have the coin flip for each one too. Remember that.
We do
Yep.
have to have the coin flip, so get your coin ready, Nick.
Oh, my coin's ready. I've got myself a 1974 quarter here.
Ooh, fancy.
All right, so Ty, you're picking Tennessee.
Yeah.
All right, I'm picking Cincinnati because of course I am.
It's either going to be a close game or Cincinnati's going to blow us the fuck out. It's the only two ways it's going to go.
I think it's gonna be close, but I think we'll win in the end.
Yeah. Nope, it's Titans.
All right, so heads I'm going Bengals, tails I'm going Titans.
Honestly, I'm just going to be happy with the game as long as it's competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Titans. It's a tails.
All right. There's actually a London game happening this week. The Falcons and Jaguars face off in London. Jacksonville's favored by 3 points.
It's Jacksonville versus Falcons.
Yep.
Falcons.
I'm actually.
And you want to know? You want to know what the difference maker is going to be?
What's up?
It's in London, so Kyle Pitts is going to score a touchdown.
I'm taking Falcons. I'm doing it. Jags are gonna be 1-3.
Coin says Falcons.
It's over.
So
Hey.
It's all Jover now. Then we have the Steelers traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. Pittsburgh's favored by 3 points in this game. I am going to be going Steelers.
I am going to take the Texans.
Ooh. Think CJ
Let's
Stroud's
see
going to carve up
here.
the defense?
If they play like they did last week, the Steelers have been playing awful.
Well,
If
something
the
else I
Texans
noticed.
can play like they played last week, then Texans got it.
Something else I've noticed too. The Texans will not have any of their starting offensive linemen in this game, I don't think. They didn't last week.
I was going to say they didn't last week, and they played better.
Yeah, somehow.
Damn.
All right.
But tails for Texans. So
Then we have.
and
What's up?
I say, and I kind of agree. The Steelers didn't look very good last week.
Yeah, they always play the Raiders sloppy for some
The
reason.
Yeah.
It's not just the Raiders, though. The Steelers haven't played good in any of their 3 games.
Their offense really hasn't been all that productive, but their defense has been.
So their defense has been doing well,
TJ Watt
TJ
has been
Watt's
playing good.
but one specific guy has been carrying it.
it's so hard to believe that he went the first round, but he fell to pick number 30. Like,
It's
what?
ridiculous. But continue on.
Then we have the Rams traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Colts are currently 1-point favorites. Anthony Richardson is coming back. And from what the Rams did last week, I don't believe they'll win this game. I think this is the Colts game to lose. I'm picking Indy.
Yeah. Colts. I don't want
Say
them
heads
to, but
Nope. Tails for Colts.
Awesome.
All right.
the coin has agreed with me at every turn.
It has. It's weird.
Change up some formatting. I forgot to mark up some divisional games in here.
Mm.
Okay, we're good. So, next game we have is a clash of the winless teams. Minnesota travels to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Vikings are currently 4.5-point favorites. I'm taking Minnesota.
Minnesota.
So these are 2 winless teams, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
What are we going to do if they find a way to make a draw?
they can. It's very easy.
If the Vikings and the Panthers tie, I'm punting you into the Cumberland River.
All right, we're going to say heads for Vikings. Heads for Vikings. Picking Vikings.
My favorite little video I've seen is a graphic that shows the 2 0-3 teams facing off this week,
Mhm.
and it's just a clip from South Park. Grandpa!
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh man.
So if I recall correctly, Nick, you've picked Atlanta, Tennessee, Houston, Indy, and Minnesota so far.
Mm-hmm.
I got a separate column for you, so that's where I'm putting those down.
Cool.
Then we have our first of 4 divisional matchups this week. The Buccaneers travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. The Saints are currently 3.5-point favorites. I'm honestly gonna take the points here. I'm gonna go Bucks. After what the Saints did last week, and with Derek Carr not playing, I think I'm gonna pick the Bucks and be fine with it.
All right. I'm gonna go Saints
Mm-hmm.
only because Alvin Kamara is gonna be back.
That is true. Yeah, he will be back. All right. What does
All right,
the
let's
coin
see
say,
here.
Nick?
The coin says heads for Buccaneers.
Let's go.
It has now disagreed with Ty.
And we have another divisional matchup. The Commanders travel to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Philly are currently 9-point favorites.
Eagles.
What does the coin say?
Coin says Eagles.
Then
Now that we have fully jinxed them.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say there are only 3 undefeated teams left: the Eagles, the Dolphins, and the 49ers. And
Wow, usually there's quite a few left up until like week 8 is usually where you stop having any undefeated teams.
The Cowboys would still be undefeated, but they lost to the Cardinals. And there are 4 winless teams.
Hey Cowboys, how's it feel to be undefeated? Oh wait.
Oh.
What's wrong? The desert heat get to you? All right. We have another divisional matchup. The Dolphins travel to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Bills are currently 2.5-point favorites. I will say this is probably going to be a back and forth game. The Bills' defense is pretty good. The Dolphins' offense is really good. They're the number 1 offense in the league. But it is a divisional game, and you never really know with these. I don't know. No,
I'm gonna take Miami.
Take Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take Miami as well.
Coin says Miami. So,
all right,
we have Miami. Officially jinxed them as well.
Oh, I almost forgot about another divisional matchup, which I need to put some asterisks in this next one. The Ravens travel to Cleveland to take on the Browns. The Browns are 1.5-point favorites, but the Ravens will not have 2 of their wide receivers. That's OBJ and Rashad Bateman. They're both going to be out. And they are also dealing with a litany of other injuries.
Yeah, I got to go with Browns with the way their defense has been playing.
I'm going with Browns as well.
The coin likes the Ravens. I'm going to guess the coin wants its knees broken. So,
well, time to throw that coin out and get a new one.
The coin don't like its own Nico kneecaps.
That or it just likes birds for some reason. I don't know.
Then we have the Broncos taking on the Bears. Denver's currently 3-point favorites to win. I'm gonna have to take Denver. Chicago has just looked terrible.
Cripple fight.
What about you?
I honestly think after losing 70 points, I think the Broncos are going to come back and take all of their frustrations out on the Bears.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? All right, Nick, what does the coin say?
The coin likes the Broncos today.
The Bears are going to whoop the Broncos.
Oh, wait. I am missing all these divisional games. I'm blind. There's another one. The Raiders travel to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Chargers are currently 5-point favorites in this game. I'm taking the Chargers. I said the Raiders were going to be bad, and they have been bad.
Chargers.
Let's see.
I just haven't seen enough out of the Raiders. Chargers at least have a high-powered offense.
Yeah.
Coin says Chargers.
All right. Oh. Then we have the Patriots traveling to Jerry World to take on the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott is with the Patriots, I might add. Dallas is currently 6-point favorites to win this game. But
I'm going Dallas.
I don't think it'll be that easy, though.
Patriots have been playing good, but I think last week was just an oddity. Cowboys, the team has just been looking way too good other than last week.
I will say,
Mhm.
if Dallas's defense wasn't good, I would be picking the Patriots, but I'm picking Dallas. Dallas's defense is really, really good.
Yeah.
The coin says Patriots.
All right.
Mm.
Oh, this is our final divisional matchup of the week. Arizona travels to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. They're favored by 14 points.
49ers.
Ooh.
Yeah, 49ers. I hope they don't fuck around and lose this game.
49ers.
We cannot let Cody live it down if they do.
Oh, definitely not.
Definitely not.
Okay, and since this matchup was too early to be flexed out of Sunday Night Football, we gotta watch Patrick Mahomes take on the one and only elite Zach Wilson in New York.
Ooh.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Kansas City is favored by 8.5 to win this game.
Only 8.5.
Yeah,
Jack, you got
what it
boots in?
says.
Should be like 20.
Well, you say that, but remember they struggled against Jacksonville last week or the week before.
Mm. Coin says Kansas City.
All right,
Already have
I put JKC instead of KC. Then we have Seattle traveling to New York to take on the Giants.
Mhm.
Seahawks are 2-point favorites to win this game. I'm taking Seattle.
What was it?
Seahawks and Giants.
Seahawks.
All right, Nick, what's the coin say?
The coin says Seahawks.
All right, so we got our predictions down. I'm gonna leave the coin in as a as a little thing here in the sheet. Oh, there we go. Before we go, let me take a look at what the next Thursday night game is. The next Thursday night game is no.
What is it?
Bears and Commanders.
Commanders.
Why? What? Why Thursday night?
The
Nick.
coin says Commanders.
There we go.
There we go. All right. With that, that's all the time that we have for today. We want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.